Good evening, Drew.
Would have been here sooner, but Audacity has this nasty habit now of wanting to install an update every time I launch it,
Mm.
and I don't know any better. I just
Right.
hit record. I just hit record and upload audio to you.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking app. How are you? What's going on?
Uh, uh, what is going on? Tomorrow, the son goes to Disney on his band trip, and the
Ooh.
wife is going as a chaperone, so it's just going to be me and my daughter. And yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of commotion in places that aren't my office right now. So yeah.
Oh, so everybody's like packing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you like a last minute packer? You yourself?
Yes, but not panicked. Like I used to travel like every week for my job.
Right.
So I got very accustomed to packing. It's like, okay, I'm going for this long. I need this much stuff. Throw it in the bag. Done. Like, yeah, yeah.
So I'm the same way.
Mhm.
I pack literally the night before
Yeah.
if I'm leaving very early, but if I need to like hop in my car or leave in the afternoon, I will literally pack that morning.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why not? Like, you're gonna want to take a shower anyway before you go.
Right.
One last, cleanliness from your own bathroom. So, like, you might as well just, do that and then pack in the
Right.
morning. And
Now, are there things that you pack that your wife looks at you like, why would you pack that?
I don't think so.
I have a
No.
couple.
Okay. What what
I
what
have a
what what do
couple.
you, what do you pack, Drew?
I hate hotel soap.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I pack my own soap. Yeah. I don't think that's weird though.
I pack my own I pack
Yeah.
my own bar of soap.
Okay.
I pack shampoo and I
Mm-hmm.
pack body wash. Now I
Yeah.
will buy travel sizes of those things. I will also buy a
Mm-hmm.
loofah
Like
to
a
take with
gentleman.
me.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. So I have to feel clean
Mm-hmm.
regardless of where I'm at. And there have been times where I have forgotten to buy those things and then I arrive at a place where, especially now because I feel with business travel, renting cars, at least for me, is a thing of the past.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't. I never. Yeah, you don't do it. You don't do it. Yeah.
When I was traveling for my last job, what if there was a large group of us going somewhere like Redmond or something, one person might have a car. Because if there's like 8 of us somewhere, it just makes sense
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Okay.
carpool and um
Now, one thing I do, I said do,
doo doo.
is I always make sure I take a fresh stick of deodorant. I don't want to risk how low that thing is.
Right.
I just want a brand new one so I know I'm good.
I usually just pack whatever deodorant I have there. If I notice that it's low, I might buy deodorant while I'm there. But typically, I just pack with whatever deodorant is basically on my sink. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Let's see. What else do I pack? I always pack 2 extra pairs of underwear and 2 extra pairs of socks.
Smart. It's very
I don't
smart.
I don't I don't mind I don't mind rewearing like pants and shirts obviously, but
Yeah.
like socks and underwear I have to have clean.
I
Have to do it.
Depending on how long I'm going to be and how much space is in the suitcase, I may throw in an extra shirt.
If I do, it's just a
Mhm.
t-shirt.
Well, yeah, yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not like packing like an extra dress shirt or
No,
something.
no. Of course, I don't go any place that requires me to pack dress shirts anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I did. I had to be like somewhat
Mhm,
marginally professional. All right, so okay, so everybody's running around packing right now. So your son's going to Disney, your wife's
mhm,
going with him.
mhm.
What do you and the daughter have planned?
No idea. I told her we'll do whatever she wants. She's like, okay. So, who knows?
What is she
Mhm.
but I don't mean to make this about Arabelle, but like what is she into? Like what are her and her friends do? I mean, I know she's big in the band stuff, but like what does she do? I know Zach has the computer and his friends and stuff, but
I
like what does
mean,
Arabelle do?
she still does some Roblox with her friends.
Okay.
Uh, a, a lot of times, like, they'll just be on like FaceTime calls with each other, but like
Oh,
spend a long time not talking to each other, just doing their own thing, but having their friend there. It's very weird. I don't know. Her Yeah, it's I don't understand teenage girls, I guess what I'm trying to say. So, well, she's not a teenage. Well, no, she is. She's 13. Yeah. I don't understand teenage girls. They're weird and scary.
Yeah. You're entering a whole dangerous world there.
Hmm.
Just being present with each other maybe, huh?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't get that.
I don't either. But yeah. Yeah. Whatever she
Okay.
likes to do.
Do you still do like the daddy-daughter dance stuff, or is she grown out of that?
We've grown out of that. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know what age that stops.
Yeah. It's over. It's over.
Okay.
Now she's gone to dances with her friends recently. Not recently, but in the past. But yeah, no, I'm no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have fun. I mean,
Yeah.
go do fun stuff. If you
I
find
hope so.
yourself in this general area, let me know.
Okay.
Go to like, 8-bit arcade or pins or something. That's always fun.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's into that.
yeah. I like the pins. That's a good time. Yeah.
That is a good time.
Mhm.
Pinball machines for me.
Oh, I love
I
pinball.
love a good pinball machine.
I love pinball.
I mean, hey,
Love-
not for nothing, right? Because I know it's a hike for you guys. But if you do find yourself up that way tomorrow or this weekend, do let Mandy and I know. We'd love
Okay.
love to see you guys.
Cool.
Show you a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Let's see. Looks like we got some rapid fire shit here. So my week of fun employment is very quickly coming to an end, and we are
Yes.
going from a wow, this has been a very relaxing week to uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We have a big day of activities planned for tomorrow. Finally going to get to spend some time with Mandy because she's been kind of busy. So we're gonna go do stuff tomorrow. And then I have a complication for work for my new job already. I'm already a troublemaker.
Uh-oh.
So they're shipping me a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I have completed all of my onboarding checklist, let's say.
Okay.
They use Workday. I was able to sign into that, put like all my personal info in there. I had to upload a bunch of docs. I've got some meeting invites for my first day sent to my personal email that I accepted. And like, I have all that stuff. But one of the things that I have to have before Monday is my new computer.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm going to log into. It's going to have like all the apps and shit on it, everything that I need. I won't be able to use my own computer for this, but hey, they're sending me another 16-inch MacBook Pro M1. So it's
there
like,
you go. I was going to ask if you at least getting a Mac. So there it is. Yep.
Yeah, it was weird. This is the first company I've ever worked for where your computer, well, how do I say this? Your computer that you get is based on the role that you have. So
Okay.
if you are like a heavy like product engineer,
Mm-hmm.
you get a Windows laptop. Literally everybody else gets a Mac.
Huh.
So
Okay.
it's like Macs all the way down for everybody who isn't like like an actual product developer. Even then, I think you could still ask for a Mac. So I'm
That's the
getting
way it
another
should be.
Mac.
That's the way it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, I'm getting another Mac.
Okay. Good.
But that needs to get here. And I received a tracking notice that it had shipped, but it hasn't changed in 2 days.
Oh no.
So I reached out today and I'm like, hey, you said I need this for Monday. Like, did it get lost? And they're like, no, don't worry about it. Like, it should arrive tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I'm not really going to be home tomorrow because when I got the original FedEx email, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be around today to sign because it's coming signature required.
Okay.
So I need to be there and sign for it. So they said that, look, if for whatever reason it doesn't work out, like just attend day one from like your personal computer. It's not a big deal. Like it's just, I need to do like some like employee validation stuff and like welcome to the company type stuff. So I don't think I really absolutely necessarily need my new computer day one, but I have an appointment with like IT of like, here's where you go if shit breaks. So
got it. Yeah.
So as we sort of close out the week and get into the weekend, it's starting to dawn on me that I'm going to have to like start working again.
And you get nervous or?
Yeah, I mean, it's the butterflies, right? It's like first day of school.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're, no matter what happens, you're in for like at least 6 weeks, sometimes months worth of like not feeling like you're contributing or doing anything of value, and
Yeah, and that's
that's just
hard for me.
that's just new job. Yeah.
That's very hard for me. So, like, when I joined Microsoft, it was a role that I had never had before, right? I mean,
Right.
for all intent and purpose, it was sort of like being a consultant and, working with companies and being there to answer questions and stuff like that. So I was in a very unfamiliar territory. And I just remember my boss at the time saying, like, listen, like, stakes are low, right? Like, your metrics don't matter right now. He's like, just enjoy it. Like, go for a walk in the afternoon. Like, it's not a big deal, right? And as someone who was like, I mean, really production support for a while where shit would be on fire and then it wouldn't be. And I
Mhm.
would have some project work. I mean, you remember,
I do.
but that was such a huge change. But you're right. I mean, there's going to be a period of onboarding and familiarity and learning and training. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be that time. Now, I'm coming in a senior type role
Ooh.
because this is very similar to the last role I had at Microsoft. So I think that they want to start putting me in front of customers sooner than later versus somebody who's like very young in career and learning this and stuff like that. Plus, I bring a lot of platform knowledge to the team that doesn't really have it, at least from the Azure side. So I think I'm going to get maybe a little bit of an acceleration through some of that stuff. But I know that at least talking through with my hiring manager about how things are going to go, there's going to be like week 1 of training, week 2 of training, 3 of training, and then like week 4 of training is traditionally when I would have to go out to the West Coast for an onsite. But I think that that will happen at some point when there is like a large enough batch of new people to go do that. You know what I mean?
That
Like
makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know how many other people are starting now. I know that they've recently have gone through some hiring for some growth and some stuff that they want to do, but that might be a thing where, like, I mean, it could be week 2, it could be like week 8, like who knows, right? But that is a requirement to like go there and do what they call like I think they call it pre-flight or flight ready. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's just, I'm nervous, I'm excited. I'm ready to start working again. As much as I like being off and stuff, like I can only sit still for so long.
Yeah, yeah, I get that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you're gonna do great, and good
Oh,
luck
thanks,
on
buddy.
Monday, Drew.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah,
Mm.
I'll see what I'll be able to talk about next week once that all starts.
Yeah.
Okay, topics du jour.
Mhm.
Tell me about this thing.
So I saw that the internet presented this to me today. I'm going to put a link into a Variety article, and the headline reads: Scott Pilgrim Netflix anime series reunites film's cast. From Michael Sarah, whatever his name is, to
Michael
Chris
Cera,
Evans.
yep.
Yeah, to Chris Evans. They got most. I think they got all the important actors from the movie to do the voices for the Netflix anime. And like there's some big names in there now. like like just to think that they're going to come back and do this. I mean, I couldn't be more excited. Just because Scott Pilgrim is great. In theory, the anime is going to be based more on the graphic novels than the movie, but like they got the right voices. I don't know. I'm pleased as punch.
Well,
The internet
okay.
made me happy. Yep.
So, first of all, Scott Pilgrim is a very wonderful
Mhm.
graphic novel series.
Yes.
And you've read it all, right? Because
Oh
I
yeah.
think
Yep.
did I lend it to you?
You did. You did.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
thought. I've
Mhm.
lent that out to several people, and I can't remember exactly who I've lent it to.
Mhm.
It's fantastic. I
Mhm.
came very late to it, like everything else comic book related. And it's wonderful. It's a very wonderful story. It's video
Mhm.
game adjacent,
Yeah.
and it's cute, and it's actually kind of really funny.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm very lukewarm on the movie.
Okay. I really love the movie.
I thought it's not a bad movie, and I
No.
like it, and it's relatively true to the source material, but I didn't enjoy it as much as other people did.
It's probably like my top 5 movies.
It's
Like
good.
it's good.
It's good.
I like it. Yeah.
But here's what I don't understand. Is
Mhm.
this like all new stories, or are they going to do an anime of the graphic
From what I
novels?
understand, they're gonna do an anime of the graphic novel. So.
Okay, now I'm in for that
Mhm.
because they can certainly do a hell of a lot more
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, there's, like, entire storylines they just ignored and, like yeah,
Yeah,
and
and I
then
think that was my biggest problem with the
and
movie.
then there's the whole second half when, like, it's, like, Scott realizing he's, the villain of the story, essentially.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in for
Mhm,
this. Did they give a
mhm.
date?
It's in began development this year. So or no, January of 2022. That's the previous. That number is smaller than the current number.
Yep.
I do not have a date. No, no. But they're announcing stuff. They had a like little YouTube like teaser where they announced the cast. Like I can't believe they got that many people to go back. Hey, remember this movie you did like how long ago was it? Not probably
The
30,
movie
30
the movie
years.
was pretty perfectly cast, if
Yeah.
I'm honest.
And like and now like, you got like Chris Evans, he's big. Anna Kendrick's way bigger. Brie Larson's way bigger. Aubrey Plaza, like you got all these
Right.
people who are like I think everybody is more famous now than they were then, except for Michael Cera. I think he's less famous.
Yeah, he kind of went away for a little while.
Uh-huh. But to get them all back to do the voices, like it's I don't know. I don't know what they pulled or how much they're paying to get those people to come back and do it, but man, I'm
I
so
really
happy.
hope um they don't have any pictures of it though.
Mm-mm.
I really hope that it's sort of drawn in
I do too.
Brian Lee O'Malley style.
I do too. Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be so delightful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's like CG or something like that, I'm gonna be a little cringe, but hopefully when they say anime, like they really mean animated.
Yeah, yeah, and they can go full out, for all the the big fight scenes and stuff. Like it's gonna be good. I mean, I hope it's gonna be good. It has the potential to suck, like everything, but I mean, mm,
Science Saru is doing the animation. What have they done?
that's a good question. To the internet.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. There's so much anime. Like
Oh,
there's like way too much anime. There's way too much anime. I mean, some of this stuff looks pretty good. Oh,
mm,
comics to film. Scott Pilgrim getting anime treatment. Nope, it's just a picture from the. It's no okay. I have no
okay.
idea. I have no idea who this studio is. I'm sure they're gonna do
I'm
fine.
sure they'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh,
that's exciting. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm very excited for that. I just recently reread it all. It's so good,
so good,
so good.
so good.
Oh, well, thank you for
Mhm,
showing me that.
mhm.
And then you also want to tell me more about your Steam Deck.
Well, you asked me last week to try it with some Bluetooth headphones, and I did. I played with them for about an hour. They work great, no lag, just paired perfectly. Everything was responsive. It was great. Yeah,
These were your Sonys.
they were my Sony's. Yep.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, but yeah, they work great. No complaints.
So while I have you on the topic,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I Mandy's birthday's coming up,
Okay.
and I asked her, "What do you want for your birthday?" And she said a Steam Deck, and I'm like, "Shut up."
Really?
No, she's kidding. She wants me to have one, but no,
Okay.
I'm not buying my wife a Steam Deck for her
Okay.
birthday.
Okay. I mean, she has hobbies. I assume they could be gaming related. I don't know.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
my wife has wonderful, productive hobbies, unlike
Oh.
myself.
Okay.
So, yeah, you've spent more time with it, obviously. I mean,
Absolutely.
any other follow up that you want to share, or I mean, is it going well?
Yeah, it's going well. I think I've pretty much decided that if this thing like can run Starfield when it comes out, I'm just gonna throw my Xbox into the sun. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Now, have you got a chance to play some of those PC games like Fallout? I'm really curious of how Fallout
I
plays.
haven't played Fallout. I got sucked back into BioShock Infinite, and that thing just runs.
Oh,
That game runs great on the Steam Deck.
that's a good game.
Yeah, and of course, like way too much Vampire Survivors because that game owns me now.
It's so good.
It's so good. And I've been
Ha-
playing Grim Dawn because I wanted something Diablo like to hold me over until Diablo 4
Did
is
you
out
play
for.
the beta at all?
I did not because I don't want to. I'm in full media blackout of that game until it comes
I'm the
out.
same
Like
way.
I just like I don't care.
I do have a regret though.
Mm.
So I did not play the beta.
Mhm.
But there was something that you could have gotten for playing the beta.
Yeah, if you get to level 25 or something, or
Yeah, you could have gotten a backpack that had a little wolf puppy in it. And I didn't play the beta, and I really want the wolf puppy.
No wolf puppy, no wolf puppy for you.
No wolf puppy for me. But here's a link to that. But I didn't play the beta either. Mostly because the progress didn't carry over, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to,
yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to replay stuff.
You're just helping them test their servers and their infrastructure. Like it's not about you; it's about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're probably grabbing some metrics for balance and stuff like that to see how things go.
And I
But,
think it
like,
doesn't. And like normally, a beta comes out relatively close to when a game launches. I don't think this comes out till like August or something, right?
Diablo 4 release date. Let's see what June 6th.
So okay, let's see, April, May, June. Okay, so like 2 months.
If you pre-order it, pre-order the Ultimate or Digital Deluxe, you can play on June 2nd.
I'm good. Okay, so real quick divergence there. So Vampire Survivors.
Okay.
How close are you to getting it to 100% achievement wise?
Oh, not. I mean, I'm getting through the unlocks, but I still have a way to go. Yeah.
I took a little break from it. It's probably been a couple weeks since I played it, just because Call of Duty and Destiny have been absorbing my time. But like, I'm like 4 achievements away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I fucking love that game, man. I'm getting some of the secret characters. Like, there's a tree. You can be a tree.
I just unlocked the dog. I have not played with the dog.
The dog is very good. There's also a secret achievement for using the dog. I won't tell you.
Okay.
The dog is very cute. He's a very good boy. What else? What else are you playing? That's it then?
Grim Dawn. I've been playing that.
More emulation stuff, or?
I really haven't done much with emulation because I've just been like so focused on the other games. But I don't know. Probably gonna spend some time with some GameCube games over the weekend. Maybe.
Fun.
We'll see. It's great. It's great. Again, I mean, if you're on the fence, I say do it. It's an amazing. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not like a console, right? It's fiddly. Like you still have to like mess with stuff and like understand what verified versus playable means and do your research and but if you're willing to do that a little bit, it's great. It's great. Highly recommended.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I said, it's on my list. All right. As for me, a couple things for me this week. The first is I'm happy to announce that I have been accepted into the City of Dublin's Citizen U Academy.
What is this?
Yeah. So let me drop a couple links in Dublin, Ohio Citizen U. Is this gonna load? Website? Anyway, while it loads,
okay.
Let's see. Outreach and engagement. Well, here. I'll just put this link. So it's through the Department of Outreach and Education in the City of Dublin.
Okay.
And what it is it's basically, you get to learn about how a city works. So, we're going to get to go talk to zoning and planning. We're going to get to talk to like public safety, parks and rec, all these different things. And this is the 3rd program like this that I've gone through for the City of Dublin, because way, way, way back, oh God, what year did I start at IGS? Was that like 2016?
I don't know.
No, it was 2013. It was 2013.
Yeah.
Right around 2013, I did Leadership Dublin, which was like a, like just like the name implies, right? Like you kind of learn to serve. You get to go develop your leadership skills and volunteer and learn about different leadership principles and things like that. It was like a young professionals type program. It was offered by the city, and at the time, you had to apply for it, and it wasn't free. Like you had to pay, and I couldn't afford it. But I was sponsored by one of my neighbors, who's kind of like a he's up there in
Okay.
like public service, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll sponsor you. Just go do it." So I did that, and then a few years later, I did the Citizens Police Academy, and that's really cool because it's literally just focused on like public safety and working with officers. And I had to go like do a ride along, and you got to shoot at the shooting range at the City of Dublin Police Department, and learn about all this different stuff. And we got to play with like fingerprint machines, and it was
Hmm.
like it was really cool. Now, this is the third and final program that they offer that is like this. And it's a way to learn more about the city, learn more about city government, you know, who are the elected officials versus who are like the people who actually like get shit done, like city managers. And we got to meet the mayor, got to meet some of the city council and stuff like that. And I love living in Dublin. I think Dublin is one of the nicest places you can live in this country. And just learning about all this stuff is really exciting. Personally, like, I don't know, public service is something that I sort of look at and think, could I do that? Could I not do that? Maybe one day if I have more free time on my hands, I would get more involved in local city government, whether that be various committees or stuff like that in the city, or, God forbid, run for like city council or something. Can you even imagine?
No,
But,
no. No.
but no, I mean, it makes you think about that stuff. And it's awesome because like this program doesn't cost anything. Like you apply and you get selected, but because I've gone through some of the other programs that I know the people who run it, when they saw me apply, they're like, "Look, if you want to do it, just tell me you want to do it." And there's like I think 40 people in it, and they're all Dublin. This one is all Dublin residents. Leadership Dublin can be adjacent communities if you like work in Dublin, and I think Citizens Police Academy is the same way. But I believe everybody in this class is all from different parts of Dublin, so I got to meet people from a lot of different neighborhoods and places that I used to live. I actually know someone in the class, which was crazy.
Oh.
It was the wife of a guy I used to work with. And I didn't realize who it was until we got to talking, and we sort of both figured it out. It was really weird.
Like, I know you.
Yeah, like we actually know each other. And last night was the first meeting. We're recording this on a Thursday. Last night was the first meeting, so we got to meet the mayor, and like the finance people came and talked about stuff. And dry topic, but also kind of fascinating about how Dublin makes money and where the money goes. And that's one of the things a lot of people notice about living in Dublin is the bike paths, the green space, the public utilities and safety and all that stuff. Like that all costs a lot of money. And, property taxes and things, what they are here. I mean, he did a really good job of breaking it down and explaining kind of where all the money goes and everything. And I mean, look, I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but to me, that kind of stuff is interesting. And I'm really thankful that the city offers stuff like that. So it's exciting. And I think it's like an 8-week program. We meet every Wednesday and we go do stuff. And yeah, it's a really nice group of people in there, all different ages, backgrounds. Some people have lived in Dublin for like 6 months. I've been in Dublin now for like 20 years, which is crazy to say out loud.
Yeah.
And then some people have lived here since the 70s, right? Like even before Dublin was like a city. So, there's a lot of like history stuff too. We talk about like, here's the important dates in Dublin's history. Like here's where it was a village. Here's where it was a town. Here's where it was a city. Like it feels like you're playing a game of Sim City. Like the population like ticks over. Like literally that's what it felt like hitting these different milestones. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. I'll put some more links in the show notes if you're interested in learning about it. So if you are in Central Ohio and you have a desire to do these things, like, and Dublin's not the only town that does this, by the way. I know Hilliard does it, like Worthington and Westerville, I think, do it as well. City of Columbus has similar programs. If you have the time, because that's really what it is, it's time. It really doesn't cost anything. I would encourage you to go do it. Like I find this stuff fascinating. Getting involved in your local community, I think, is important in any sort of capacity, whether it's through volunteering or actually being involved with the different committees and things that you can join. It's exciting. So I'm in it. It's cool. I'll probably talk more about it when we get close to the end.
Now, do you get like a cool badge or something you can wear?
Yeah.
When you're done, so you can like strut your stuff.
So
Like
interesting.
a sash. Ooh, is there a sash?
There isn't a sash. However, I will say this. So when I was in the Citizens Police Academy, there is a position that you can get if you're an alumni of that program where you can be like a public safety officer. And what you do is you volunteer a few hours a week where you basically drive around in a city vehicle, just keeping an eye out on stuff. You have to like memorize 10 code because you have to talk. Like dispatch might send you if they don't need send the real police to go look at something like maybe like a broken street light or something,
Oh,
like
okay.
stuff like that, or like
Okay.
assisting officers if they need help, like clearing an accident scene or something. I could have applied to that, and I would have gotten like my own radio and my own like uniform.
Ooh.
I almost did it, Paul. I almost did it just for the uniform, just to have, right? But
Oh,
I couldn't commit to the time. For
yeah.
this, no, I don't think that there's like a sash that we get. I will get like a city hall badge because we need to be able to
Mm,
go to city hall for some of this stuff.
okay.
So I will have like a City of Dublin like ID card that will get me like into various buildings. But
Fancy.
no uniform, no like sash or anything.
No secret handshake or,
I mean, I don't think so. Maybe we haven't gotten to that part yet.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
But then we got to eat pizza, which I don't eat pizza very often, so that's a big bonus. All right. Next topic for tonight that
Mhm.
might only excite me.
Okay.
Prusa Research
Okay.
has just released the MK4, also known as the Mark IV printer.
Okay.
So, why is this important? The first 3D printer that I ever bought was a Prusa.
Okay.
Prusa is pretty much regarded as like the Cadillac of 3D printers. Joseph
So lots of
Prusa.
electric problems. Sorry.
No, that's
Sorry.
That's British stuff. No, so Joseph Prusa, he's a pretty visionary guy when it comes to printing. Kind of the highlights of the Prusa platform is that it's completely open source. All of the parts and pieces that you need, you like if a part breaks, I mean, you can't print it on a broken printer, but like someone else can print you a part, or you can order pre-printed parts from the company and they'll ship it to you.
Hmm.
When I was shopping for 3D printers, this is the one I landed on. It is more expensive than most. I ended up having to build it myself because they ship you all the parts and then you can assemble it, which that was a fun little project. I'm not doing that again. So if I were to order another one of these, I want one pre-assembled and calibrated. And it's really interesting to me because traditionally they have done like incremental upgrades on their platform. So I have a Prusa Mark III. There's
Okay.
a Prusa Mark 3S, and then there's a Mark 3.5. And what's interesting about this is because it's an open platform, like if I wanted to upgrade my Mark III to a Mark 3S or an MK 3.5 or even an MK4, I can just buy an upgrade kit. Like there are reusable parts and pieces that you can use across this platform to basically turn your printer into this other printer. And they're a really cool company and everything. And what's really fascinating to me is the timing of this because I've actually been in the market for a new 3D printer for a while. My Mark III, ever since we've moved, like I've tried releveling it here, and I don't think my filament is any good. I think it's absorbed too much moisture. Like I just haven't done a lot of 3D printing, and even then, 3D printing for me has always been very situational. It has been one of those things where it's like I've had to have a specific thing that I'm working on to go 3D print something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've actually had my eye on another company's
Okay.
printer,
Okay.
and that is where did it go? The Bamboo Lab X1 series. This printer kind of took the world by storm. Again, because I go in weird places, my TikTok algorithm has a significant maker swerve to it, I guess. But the Bamboo Lab Series X1 is one of the fastest 3D printers that you can buy.
Mm.
And it's funny because, we've seen companies like Bamboo kind of come out of nowhere and make a very successful printer. And Prusa has just kind of been sitting on the sidelines, tweaking their formula, really not being super revolutionary in what they're doing. And I think there's something to be said for that, like, because it's still a very, very good printer. But it seems like the Mark IV, the biggest thing that they're going for here is speed, because these other printers are starting to eclipse them in print time, which, to be honest, if you're going to print something really intricate, like it could take you a day to print something on a 3D printer. But some of these newer ones can really cut down on that time. And I may still buy one of these Bamboo Lab X1s because I really like the way they look. And they're very, very well reviewed. They support multi-filament printing right out of the box. It looks like a really cool thing. but it's interesting that they sort of, and the link that I put in the show notes basically talks about all the stuff that they're basically prioritizing. And in typical Prusa fashion, they basically ask people like, what do you want? Like, what do you want in our next printer? And they have like user feedback in there about like what's super relevant, what's not irrelevant at all. And the Prusa model definitely appeals to a certain kind of person because like the least desirable thing that Prusa customers want is like the look of the machine. Like form
care.
absolutely follows function with this thing, and it shows because the print quality and everything that you get out of the box with the Prusa, I think, is unmatched. And then obviously the fact that it's open source and upgradable, like that's super important. They didn't really rank ultra high speed printing very high, but I think that's where the market is going with this stuff, like trying to do stuff faster. So I put this in here to basically say that I'm starting to inch towards buying a new printer, and it may come down to this Mark IV or one of these Bamboo Labs X1s. Now, interestingly, if you read the Bamboo page about their journey about designing this X1, like that page I linked you, I would encourage you to read it when you get some time, right? Like these are a group of people that hated what you had to do good 3D printing, right?
What's a bed slinger?
A bed slinger is where the bed itself moves.
Okay.
Or it's
I can imagine that'd be really bad during a print. No.
Kind of. So it's basically where like if you think of something in 3D space, okay, and you have a 3D printer, a bed slinger is you have the nozzle where the juice comes out. Usually that is on a 2-degree axis. Usually that is on an XY axis. To get the Z axis, you have to move the print bed. Okay. So if you were printing something in 2 dimensions, you're like X and Y, you only have to like use things going left and right. If you have a bed slinger, the print bed moves. So as you need to print, not only is the X and Y and the gears of the nozzle moving, the print bed moves back and forth as well to adjust the position. So what companies like Bamboo do is they add a third axis to the machine instead of the bed. So in other words, the print surface itself doesn't move. It's only the XYZ gearing moves across different tracks inside the machine. And there's advantages and disadvantages to both. Like non-bed slingers are traditionally more complicated and harder to maintain. They have more things that can break. But on the other hand, like they're easier to calibrate and they're much easier to level. Okay. So, if you look at what they hated about it, they basically designed this machine around it. But interestingly enough, if you scroll more towards the bottom where they talk about the epilogue and they talk about what they went through the journey, they're like, listen, we worked really hard on this, but this isn't it, right? Like we did all this stuff, but this machine still requires a little bit of fussing about to get working. 3D printing, even our machine, is not as reliable as a photocopier. Like you just can't hit a button. Like there's calibration and there's stuff that you have to do.
It's got spaghetti detection. Sorry.
Yeah. That's actually really cool. Like it uses AI to figure out if your print has gone wrong.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, it's AI, but really it's image recognition, right? That's all built into it. But they're like, listen, we did a really good job on this, but we're not done. Like we're not ready to call this the ultimate printer. We made significant strides, but we're not done. I mean, they're proud of it and they still want to sell it, obviously, but they're not done. And I would say that if you had to put a gun to my head right now and say, Drew, if you were going to buy a 3D printer, what would you buy? Again, right? I mean, I'm in a different classification at Moses. I'm not looking for bottom dollar. There are plenty of serviceable 3D printers out there made by, like Ender or stuff off the shelf. Like I even think Drop has some. What's the headphone and cable company? What's that website? Fuck.
Monoprice.
Monoprice has 3D printers, right? That are perfectly cromulent. Like they're perfectly fine machines, right? But if you want a fully feature-rich machine and you have a little extra money to spend, you'd be hard-pressed to go wrong with any of the Prusa models, not even just the Mark IV, but any of the Prusa models would be great. And then I would also probably steer you towards the Bamboo. So
So, Drew,
Yeah.
what do you print these days?
Well, that's just it. I haven't printed anything in a while. But that's mostly a function of my printer probably needs adjusted. It probably needs recalibrated. I probably have to put a lot of care and feeding into getting it working correctly again. And I probably have to go buy a bunch of filament, and I'm just nah, like I'm not there. But there are times where I need something, and I would love to be able to just fire up my printer and print.
Okay.
But I don't do much printing anymore. I really don't. So I absolutely don't need one of these things. But when the time comes to upgrade, I'm basically saying that I'm hard pressed to figure out which one of these I would actually buy. Man, the bamboo though. I've seen so many videos of the bamboo and I really like it.
It looks nice.
I like that it has its own enclosure, which that's a benefit because that traps a little bit of heat and makes the print a little more stable. The one that I would be getting would be the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon 3D the combo.
The combo with
the multi-filament is not something that I have today. I could buy that upgrade. I could even print the parts myself if I wanted to turn my current printer into a multi-filament printer. But I would love to have multi-filament, multicolor prints. Because that's just so cool. Like if you look at some of the things that they print on here.
Oh yeah, I was looking at all that stuff. Yeah.
And this thing also comes with a nozzle that can handle some of the rougher filaments. The Prusa doesn't. You have to buy a separate nozzle for that.
The idea of printing parts to upgrade your 3D printer just kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's again, that's the strength of the Prusa, right? It is a completely open source platform. Like I could go on Thingiverse right now and there's an entire category for printer upgrades for the Prusa series. So if you wanted a new display, right? Like you could literally print out a new base for your printer, stick a different monitor in it, download some open source software that somebody has wrote to basically turn that into your control display that controls the rest of the printer, right? Because it runs on open source. Like you could totally do that. Now with like the Carbon, you can't, right? It's all proprietary. Like you're not gonna print out parts for this. Like you could maybe print out some stuff to like strap to it, but I couldn't print like new feet for it to reduce vibration, or I couldn't print a new display for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So there is something to that. But I really like the look of the Bamboo. I like the self-contained unit. I like the multi features of it. And comparatively, right? Like it's more expensive than the Mark IV completely, but yeah, it looks really good. I don't know. I don't need it. I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this.
I mean, no one needs anything really except for, food, shelter, the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the heart wants what it wants.
What the heart wants. That is 100% accurate.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Last thing that didn't make the list. We got a shout out.
Oh, okay.
We got a shout out on the Eric Darling YouTube channel. Have you seen Eric Darling's YouTube channel?
He talks about things I don't care about.
Well, I mean, I know.
Sorry, I mean, Eric, your stuff is very, very good, and I am ashamed for not. No, I don't want. No.
Well, listen. I don't necessarily care too much about SQL Server anymore, anyway. Right? For reasons. But Eric
if we get mentioned, I'll watch.
Yeah, Eric is very funny. He's obviously very knowledgeable about SQL Server. I love him. He's super good at his job. If you need someone to come help you make your if you want to exchange money for SQL Server performance, like he would be the guy I would steer you to. But on his most recent episode, he gave us a really nice shout out about the podcast because I was helping him with some of his audio issues. But go watch it. He's very funny. He's also pretty easy on the eyes, if I don't mind saying.
He is.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna add that to my watch later queue, and I will watch that later.
And he's put a lot of effort into his streaming stuff.
Oh yeah.
But, love some Eric. He's been on this show with us. So
he has.
Yeah. Go check out his YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Ring that bell. Whatever the kids say these days.
I will have to watch this. So yeah.
That's all I had tonight, buddy. It's been a
Yeah,
pretty relaxing week. I haven't a lot of shit stuck in
yeah,
my craw. I'm like, I don't have that hard edge to me when I'm not like stressed.
yeah, yeah. I should probably go see if my wife has killed my son. So
Oh, it's one of those.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, he's a teenager. He'd wear the same shirt every day.
Yeah, everything's probably sticky.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. So, yeah. So, hey, we're on the internet, doing their best.com. We got a Mastodon thing there, doing their best. You can find us there. I'm too lazy. You do anything exciting? Any last minute Twitch streams before panic
Yeah,
on
I mean,
Monday?
I've been streaming a lot. I would also say that I'm starting to get more back into speaking now.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I've done some local UG stuff. I've submitted to a few conferences. I mean, no promises. I probably won't get selected or anything, but watch my Twitter account, watch my Mastodon. I'm not really on Twitter as much anymore. Um, but watch Mastodon, watch Twitter, watch LinkedIn for stuff if you're
Cool.
interested in seeing me anywhere. I got a lot of good feedback on the training I did for Bronos or Unlimited for PowerShell stuff. So I mean, I'm out there. Watch it. For those of you that don't know where I'm going and want to see my professional stuff, like go follow me on LinkedIn. That's what that shit's for. And
Cool.
no spoilers, Paul, but I'm working on a guest for next week's podcast.
Okay.
I think you know who it might be.
Is it who I want?
I think it's who we all want. Paul.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I can't make any promises, but there's a little bit of a cliffhanger there.
I mean, as long as he can record his mic, I'm ready.
Well, I mean, he might be here with me.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. We're at the logistics, right?
Okay. Okay.
But
Well,
we will see how it
Well,
goes.
if you need some equipment, I've got some some audio interfaces that did 2 mics and some extra microphones. So
Does mine do 2? Hold on a second. I gotta look over here. Mine does not do 2, but I have 2 mics.
Mhm.
I have 2 mics. Maybe I can go. I need this for my work. It can be a business expense.
Okay, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
I need this for my work.
Take $20 out of petty cash.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Thanks, everybody.